It's time to end this once and for all, Silverfish. No more of you. No more destruction. He can't come back anymore, right?
What's up?
I am Luke from the Masterzord Valley with another Minecraft mod showcase, and today we are doing the LuckyTnT mod. Now, the LuckyTnT mod is a mod that is inspired by the Too Much TnT mod for the OGs of Minecraft. Remember mods like that. This mod adds so many custom TNTs into this mod, and it is nuts. Like, this mod is freaking insane. So we're gonna go over the few crafting recipes that there are for this mod, and then I'll get into something later. Basically, it's been a while since I last did this mod. I get it. It's been a while. I've just been so busy. All right, let's just go ahead and let's get this started. Woo! So new to this mod are two new ores in this mod. This right here is gunpowder ore, and this right here is uranium ore. Now, whatever gunpowder ore is used for, I'm not entirely sure because I couldn't find anything about it in the crafting recipes, but uranium is definitely more useful. Now, when you take uranium, you can convert it into your uranium ingot by just smelting it by shoving it into a furnace or maybe a blast furnace or something. But anyway, yeah, you smelt that down, you get a uranium ingot. Now, the other thing right here is the antimatter right here. As you can see, it requires this thing called a death ray. And if I look at its crafting recipe right here, it takes 4 blocks of TNT. 1 TNT, 1 times 5, 1 times 20, and 1 times 100. I'll get into those crafting recipes later, but you make that. Yes, I know how it looks. I didn't make this mod. You know, they made this the way that it is. Shame. And you basically throw that at uranium ore and you'll create this antimatter. Now I'm going over these ones because these are important crafting recipes for all these types of TNT right here, as you can see. So the way I'm going to go through this mod is this. There are so many crafting recipes for this that I'm actually going to have the crafting recipes up in the corner while I show off each individual block of TNT. Because I did the math, there are 154 blocks of TNT to go through in this mod. We're going to be here a while, but I've also included timestamps below so you know what TNT is what when it comes up and when. And yeah, other than that, let's get this started. We have a lot to go. So let's start with just a basic block of TNT, just so we know what we're getting ourselves into. So, you know, the classic TNT. Just so we're cleared, if I look it up, 4 sand, 5 gunpowder, that makes a basic TNT block. No big surprise there. So let's just take a look at this and just see what we're working with here. Go ahead and boom. So that's a decent sized explosion right there. And of course, TNT does a lot of damage to the player. So yeah, that's a decent start. All right, let's start off with the TNT times 5. As you'd expect, this one is 5 times the power of a normal TNT, hence the name of it. Come on, let's go, boom. So as you can see, that's a much bigger explosion right there. Why it exactly trimmed the grass, I don't get it. I thought it would normally blow it up, but I guess not. Anyway, that's the TNT times 5. Now here's the TNT times 20, which I'm sure you could probably guess what this does. A lot of TNT from original explosives mods like Too Much TnT do make an appearance in this mod right here. There's also going to be a lot that, okay, well, that one exploded while I was talking, but as you can see, that is much bigger. It's not quite as big as I thought it would be. I thought it would be, you know, twice the size, but that's still a big explosion. Any of the TNTs are, yeah, but yeah, that was the TNT times 20. Now we have the TNT times 100 right here. And any explosions, some of them are going to take a while to actually blow up with the speed of my computer. So any of the ones that are going to take a while to blow up, I'm probably just going to go and cut ahead to when, you know, they actually go kind of boom. Damn, can I time that or what? Oh, look at that. Now that's a big one. But that is nowhere near the biggest. Wow. Yeah, that was TNT times 100. Now we get to the TNT times 500. I'm going to put it on this mountain right here just to see how much it can go just to see if it can level out this mountain right here. Come on, you can do it. I know you can do it. Oh, okay. There goes the blocks. They're breaking. They breaking. Ho, 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 ho. Holy crap. The mountain is pretty much gone. At least this part of the mountain was. Oh, it missed these floating blocks. Interesting. Wow. But yes, that is the basic TNT times 5, 20, 100, 500. Pretty much the building blocks for any of the other TNTs, especially the big boys. Now let's say for a second that, you know, you had a big TNT blow up and you realize, oh no, my house is destroyed in it. Well, thankfully I have a solution for you, because we're gonna go over the house TNTs right here. There's 3 to go over to start. We have the cobblestone house right here, which is pretty much the basic of houses right here. So as you can see, it just makes yourself a nice little cobblestone hut right here. If we go inside, it immediately comes with a crafting table, which is very nice. Then we have the wood house TNT, which this one you probably want to invest in more. As we see here, makes a very much nicer looking house rather than that one. That one is just kind of ugly looking. It's got very nice stone or wood logs and planks and such. Got a very nice carpet. Plus you get a chest and a furnace with it, like from the start, basically. Sorry, I had a hiccup right there. So that one's nice. But the big one you want to invest in is the brick house right here. This one makes all the collecting for it worth it. It's a very nice house. As you can see, oh, I don't know I could do that right there. But you get 3 furnaces actually, 3 chests and a crafting table. So the brick house is definitely one you want to invest in. Very nice. So if you need a house in a pinch and you have the recipes for it, you might as well make them. So yeah, house TNTs. Now, when it comes to mining, these TNTs are good. This right here is the digging TNT right here, which will only dig a 1 block hole down, but it's still good regardless because it digs all the way down to bedrock. As you can see right here, wee-hoo, boah. Digs all the way down to bedrock right there to save you the hassle of digging your starter hole. That sounded worse than I thought. And then we have the drilling TNT right here, which, as you can guess, is a much better upgrade from the digging TNT. It builds a nice circle all the way down to bedrock right there. So probably a better one for, you know, like a starter base all the way at bedrock. It's a very nice one. As you can see, dug right into a cave. And look at that, we got butter. Oh, and there's some uranium right there. Awesome. Now I move on to some of the interesting TNTs right here. This is called the sphere TNT. And this one is interesting because this one kind of doesn't, oh, never mind. So it just blows up in a circle. There's another TNT that has a really weird effect that I was kind of getting into right there. But yeah, that's the sphere TNT. Now we have the floating island TNT right here, which is kind of on par with the house TNTs right here. This one's really cool. Check this out. I'll back up from it and my game froze. But it basically takes some blocks around you and puts them into a floating island on top. Now, if you're next to a water source, this can easily become a floating island base. Like immediately once it detonates. It's really nice. So as you can see, some of the trees from down there and the ores and grass all came up here. Even that redstone torch came up here. And the redstone torch is even still down there. So yeah, that's the floating island TNT. These trees look a little dry. They could use a little bit of water. So let's give them some. This right here is the ocean TNT, which I'm sure you can guess what this one does. It gives us an ocean, complete with a bunch of squids and everything. Sucks to be you guys down there. You were birthed from a stick of dynamite or a block of dynamite. Ha! Losers. Anyway, that's the ocean TNT. So if you need water in a pinch, you're golden. Now I'm curious. I have to find out what happens when you do this in the nether. Oh, okay, it's loading. It was loading. I should probably stay near my nether. Crap, where'd it go? Okay, there it is. There it is. It'll be fine. Okay. Should probably stay near that. I want to see what happens with the ocean TNT in the nether, because now I'm all curious. Does it just dry up immediately? No, it actually works. Huh. Okay, there's a lava pool down there. I'm imagining it's just gonna, obviously that's gonna cool off, but I need to know what's gonna happen. So I guess we'll just stick the, let's get some blocks out. Here we go. Do that there, and boom. It's just gonna cool off the lava pool. Sure did. Ha! Try walking on lava now, jerks. Anyway, that's the ocean TNT. I'm glad I found this out now. Next up, we have the fire TNT. It's gonna be a good idea to put this in a forest. I just know what it is, but I'm sure you can guess what the fire TNT does. Is that when it goes boom, it creates a fire, a big ring of fire all around it. So we better get some rain on so that, you know, it can quench it. Oh, whoop. by setting the weather to clear. Yeah, I don't want a forest fire here, so gotta put it all out. Thank you, gods. Even though I'm technically the god as I'm a creative. Yeah. But anyway, fire TNT. Now the reason I went over the fire TNT first is because the Hellfire TNT needs the fire TNT to be able to craft. I don't get it because you have Hellfire and then fire in the creative menu right here. So Hellfire comes before fire. So like, why are they backwards? I don't understand that. But anyway, the Hellfire TNT. We just put out a forest fire. Let's start another one. At some point. It basically brings the nether to the overworld right here. As you can see with gas and everything. So yeah, Hellfire TNT is way more powerful. And now it burns up. We haven't been getting enough snow this year. Let's go ahead and bring some. This is the snow TNT right here. This one is more interesting because you think it would just, oh, okay, well, it just spawns a bunch of snow in a circle. I thought it was going to take a bunch of snow and throw them like you would with like sand in a cannon or something. But no, it just spawns snow in a circle. Okay, there's that. And now we have the freeze TNT, which I'm in this swamp so I can try it out. I'm sure you can guess what this one can also do is that it's going to freeze all the water and turns it all into ice. I believe any mobs nearby might also get frozen. I have to try this. Good thing there's a witch hut here that I haven't. That I can try this out on. Yeah, you're my test subject, you witch. What an honor. Okay, no, it doesn't. Does not cause freezing test, but it can suffocate the kitty. Oh no, I wasn't over to save it. Oh no, it's not like another one could spawn here. But yeah, that's the freeze TNT. All right, this ocean and these squids have had enough time to stay here. Are the squids dead? They are. Perfect. Okay, well, either way, let's go and activate. Oops. Can I not? Ah, dang it. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I can't put it on that, really? How about there? There we go. Okay. This is the vaporized TNT. 5 minutes later, it basically dries up any water around you. I don't think it does anything to mobs either. It's just for getting rid of water. So yeah, vaporize. Now we move on to the gravity TNT right here. And good thing there's a bunch of mobs around here because what this one does is it'll pull in any entities around it and fling them into the air, I believe. Yep. Look at that. Woo! Does it work on me? Since I'm not, well, since I'm in creative, probably not. I bet you if I go into survival, it probably will. But yeah, it basically acts like a gravity gun or something of that nature. But yeah, gravity TNT. Now we have the lightning TNT. This is a deadly one right here. Sure you can guess what this one does. Look at that. Lightning all around. Strike me down, Zeus. You don't have the balls. And the rain just happened to clear up when lightning struck. But yeah, that is a deadly one as with all the lightning that strikes. So yeah, lightning. At least it's not called thunder TNT. Now this one's kind of really. This is the cubic TNT right here, which just does a basic cubic explosion. I'm sorry, pig. Oh, that's smaller than I thought. So it basically just does a 5x5 cube explosion. I guess it'd be helpful for some farms, but that's about it. That's the cube. Now we have the floating TNT right here, which all it does is just levitate for a while and then blows up anything in the air. Yeah, it's not even that big of an Okay, I stand corrected. That's a massive explosion. For something that just floats in the air, holy crap. I thought it was gonna go all the way to the island, but yeah, that's the floating TNT. Like me, I'm floating, I'm falling. Ah, we're fine. Now I move on to one that's actually pretty cool right here. This is the TNT firework right here, which as you can see, just blows up TNT all around. It's another devastating one. It's like the TNT times 20 or something, but it's really cool to see. I thought it was just going to actually shoot off fireworks, but I suppose not. Okay, but yeah, that's the TNT firework. Now this right here is the sand firework. This is what I thought the snow firework would do, but not. Okay, so it just sends sand everywhere and a pretty cool animation of it all getting thrown around, which I think is just awesome. But yeah, there's that. The sand firework. Yeah, I'm sorry, cows, but science must happen. This is the arrow firework right here, or arrow TNT, whichever one it is, which you can probably guess what this one does. It shoots off a bunch of arrows. They mostly missed. I think you can actually pick up the arrows, actually. Can you? No, you can't. Okay, so it It's just for damage mostly. But yeah, it's a pretty cool one. The fact that it compacts all those arrows and just goes fling. Just goes fling everywhere. It's awesome. Arrow TNT. Now this one right here is the timer TNT. There's not much to really go over this one. It's just that it takes a lot longer in order to be able to actually explode. I guess I can do like a time lapse of that. Okay, so that just happened. So that's the timer TNT. I'll put a note on screen of how long that took versus a regular TNT exploding, just to give you an idea of how long it takes. But yeah, that's the timer. Next up, we have the flat TNT right here, which I'm sure you can also guess what this does by the name. It will flatten out anything up to the block that it's sitting on. So as you can see, did a really nice job flattening this mountain right here. So if you want, if you're a flat Earth believer, then you can use this to prove your scientific facts. But yeah, flat TNT. All right, so let's say that you just utilize, oh, whoa, the flat or the digging TNT, and you want to dig out more than just this. Well, that's where this comes in, the mining flat TNT. Just got to build ourselves a platform to put the torch on. So this one, like the flat TNT, will level out something up to the level and put torches along the way. It also mine any ores that are along. So this is a very helpful mining tool. So yeah, that's the flat TNT. Next up, we have the compact TNT, which I think this one is kind of similar to the TNT firework, where it just shoots out a bunch of other TNT. Okay, so it spawns fire and a bunch of TNT blocks as well that will pretty much detonate automatically because you got fire near them. So that's what that does. Okay, so I was kind of right about that. But anyway, that's the compact. There's too many mobs and not enough animals in this swamp. Let's bring some. So this is the animal TNT right here. As you'd expect, this one will spawn a bunch of mobs, including the giant zombies, as you can see. So I guess I'll continue to use it if I need test subjects, but yeah, there's the animal TNT. Saying it loosely, considering that it doesn't exactly spawn just animals. What was that, spike attack? I have no idea. Next up, we have the meteor TNT, and how fitting that I'm using it in a birch forest. This one will summon a massive meteor to the planet. And it pretty much is like a TNT times 500. No, more like, yeah, like a TNT times 500. Like a TNT times 500, excuse me. But it does spawn fire in its way, and it does have a cool animation of it coming down from the sky to your planet, which is really cool. But yeah, that's the meteor TNT. Next up, we have one of my favorite looking TNT animations right here. This is the spiral TNT. And this one will basically spawn TNT in a spiral, as you can see right there. It's really cool looking to look at. I'm impressed that it was put in, like, you know, that was added as mod. But yeah, that's the spiral. Look, Zeus, you had your time. Thank you for summoning your lightning and all, but you gotta go away. Now we have the erupting TNT, which, as you can expect, it's kind of like a volcano, except it doesn't spawn one. It just sends flaming TNT into the sky, coming back down and erupting in a pool of lava. Or just fire. Not as cool as lava, but still. Yeah. That one is also pretty deadly. That's the erupting. And it went out the same way that it detonated, in fire. Now we have the Grove TNT, which I don't honestly remember what it does. Based on the crafting recipe, I want to say that it spawns a bunch of trees around. But yes, it does. Okay, so that's what it does. If you need trees in a hurry, this is your go-to way. But yeah, that's the Grove TNT. Next up, we have the Ender TNT, which I believe is similar to the floating TNT, but Ender-like. So it'll, okay, just knocked us away. Maybe it knocked us away to build something. Oh wait, I think it just teleports us, does it? This is where I also want to bring up the TNT instruction manual, which I'll show the crafting recipe for. This one, it basically tells you what does what. Ender TNT pushes mobs away. Okay, that's what that does. I'm thinking of another TNT later. Oh boy, this one. This is the meteor shower. This one is another deadly one, but it's also one that just never stops. When I was testing this mod out, this is a TNT that just never stopped going. So as you can see, if we light it, it's gonna summon a ton of meteors. They're smaller, but they still summon, and it just doesn't end. So I'm gonna try and get as far away from this as possible to continue with this mod showcase. Again, they can do some serious damage, especially a lot of fire spreading as well. So yeah, that's another deadly one. But yeah, that's the meteor shower. Now we have the inverted TNT. This is what I thought the sphere TNT was, but it's not. This one will basically take all the blocks around you and flip them up. So it's basically a reverse explosion. I'm getting far away from this thing because the explosion radius is massive with this thing. As you can see, it kind of turned into like one of those like spiky stress reliever balls right there with all the blocks going up instead of down. So it brings up all the ores too. Does it actually like cave in? I'm not entirely sure actually. I don't think so. Maybe it just like scans the blocks and then just creates an outward spiky ball with it. But yeah, that is the inverted TNT. Now comes a really big one. And yet this is labeled as a normal TNT. This is the nuclear TNT. This one takes a while, especially with my computer specs. So we're gonna be here a while. But as you can probably guess, this one is massive. It's freaking massive. And it also spawns something else when it goes off. As you can see, maybe not as big as I thought it was. It's definitely deep, but it also spawns nuclear waste. As you can see, it's just burning through everything. See, nuclear waste. This is where I also want to get into another item. This is the vacuum cleaner right here, which will pretty much mop up all this stuff. So I think we just hold it down. Does it? The guide said that it can clean up this nuclear waste stuff right here, but I want to get into this because I wasn't sure of a good time to actually like talk about this until now. See, does it do anything? I'm not sure, but that's the vacuum cleaner. Next up, we have the chemical TNT, which I think is similar to the nuclear one, just without the giant explosion. I think it still spawns chemical waste. Okay. No, again, I was completely wrong. It basically burrows all the way down to bedrock, as you can see right there. I thought it was just gonna like be like the nuclear waste one and get rid of all the leaves and such, but I guess not. Okay, but that was the chemical TNT. It's another good one for digging. Next up is the reaction TNT, which I honestly don't recall what this one does. It takes a chemical TNT to utilize, but I don't quite remember. What does it do? Give me the good stuff. Show me the good stuff. Oh, okay, so it doesn't split off like the chemical TNT does. Okay, interesting. So that was the reaction TNT. Yeah. Now we have the Easter egg. This is a weird one. It does blow up like a normal TNT, but what it also does is this. Just wait for it. It splits off, and just about any block turns into pumpkins and melons within it, and it just keeps going and going. It goes for a pretty wide radius, as you can see. So not a destructive one, but I guess a good food source, really. So yeah, that's the Easter egg. Happy Easter! Even though this video is probably going up in January still. Now we have the time-related TNT. We have the day TNT and the night TNT, which I'm sure you can guess what these ones do. One block of TNT is powerful enough to pretty much cause it to be nighttime, as you can see. So there's that. And then of course the day TNT does the exact opposite of what you'd expect. That's impressive from these blocks, causing time itself to change. That's incredible. But yeah, those are the time TNTs. Next up, we have the zombie apocalypse right here, which is pretty self-explanatory if it is. It will turn nighttime, causing a huge variety of zombies to spawn. So as you can see, all sorts. We have zombie villagers, zombie horses. We don't have strays or husks. Or, sorry, drowned or husks. That's what they are. But they can't stay. This is my mod showcase, not theirs. So daytime, activate. And there they all go. Except the horses, but I don't think the horses are that hostile to us. So yeah, that was the zombie apocalypse. Next up, we have the shatterproof TNT, which this one feels useful because it takes 8 obsidian to make this, and it turns it into that much obsidian afterwards, converting all blocks into it. So this seems like a very, very helpful one if you need to create a lot of nether portals. So yeah, shatterproof. From the name, I would expect it to be that once you place it down, you cannot break it. It turns into a bedrock at that point. Next up, we have the gravel firework right here, which is pretty similar to the sand firework, just gravelified. And there it falls. Didn't really make sense to use it right here in a gravel mountain area, but yeah, that was the gravel firework. Next up, we have the lava ocean TNT. It's about as deadly as you think it would be. It's like the ocean TNT, but worse. There it goes. A big, massive ocean of lava. So if you really want to troll your friends, this is a good way to do it. But you also burn down their house and maybe yours, and yeah. Anyway, that's the lava TNT. All right, I went ahead and spawned a bunch of animals with the animal TNT, so I can show off the next one. This is the attacking TNT, as you can see. This one does explode, but it also, if you give it the chance to, will actually go around, or does it? Okay, maybe it does. Okay, that's weird. I think what it's supposed to do is supposed to like actually go to the various mobs and attack them, but I'm maybe thinking of another one. But yeah, that was the lack thereof attacking TNT. This is what I was thinking of, the walking TNT. This is it. Okay, the walking TNT is self-explanatory. It will walk in a random direction and then eventually explode. So it's more just like a traveling block of TNT rather than, you know, something that actually attacks mobs directly with melee. But yeah, that's the walking one. Next up, we have the wool TNT. This one is definitely one of my more favorites because the concept is pretty cool. You lay it down, and I like how it changes colors, and it turns any blocks around it into that colored wool. And what is it? It took to craft it just 8 blocks of any color wool, and you can get this much colored wool out of it. So very nice if you're trying to decorate. But yeah, that's the wool TNT. Now this one is the say goodbye, which I'm pretty sure is actually an instant kill to any and all players on the server. Okay, never mind. It's just a massive explosion, but I probably had to mute this, but it actually does play part of Never Gonna Give You Up with the whole say goodbye and then go boom. So it's just a bigger damaging explosion rather than, you know, destructive explosion. So yeah, that's say goodbye. Next up, we have the angry miners right here. This will spawn a group of, you guessed it, angry miners. Now they're holding sticks of dynamite right there, and this is where I want to get into. The dynamites right here. All the dynamites right here are pretty much weaker versions of the TNT blocks, and they're made with just putting 1 block of TNT into the crafting recipe. As you see, if I look up dynamite, get 4 pieces for just 1 TNT block. So there's that. There is one that I want to go over, but I'm going to do that towards the end. And yeah, the angry miners will attack you, throwing their dynamite at you. So yeah, angry miners. But we don't want them here. Let's go ahead and spawn this one. This is the withering TNT, which will, as you can expect, come on, spawn soul sand, wither skeletons, and put wither effect on anything that it gets in the way, basically, or is in their blast radius. As you can see, it also turned the leaves into soul sand, but not the trunk. Huh, interesting. But yeah, that's the withering TNT. All right, next we have the nuclear waste TNT, which I didn't know until now. You can actually craft the nuclear waste, but this one will pretty much just cause nuclear waste to spawn, and it'll burn right through it all, going probably down to bedrock. As you can see, once again, not destructive, but very deadly. So yeah, that's the nuclear waste. Next up, we have the static TNT, which all it does is just make it so that it doesn't fall and obey gravity. So I guess this could be kind of useful, but it's nowhere different from just putting a block underneath the TNT so that it stays in the air. But yeah, that's the static one, kind of lame. Next up right here, we have the pumpkin bomb, which if you love Halloween and you need pumpkins for that special celebration, this is definitely the one to choose. Or not. It is more Halloween. It's where I can also get into the candy in this mod. Yeah, for an explosion mod, it adds candy. They're not craftable, I don't believe. Sure enough, they're not craftable, but these will give you special effects. So the green gives you swiftness and jump boost. Oh, I'm gonna try another one. A pretty hefty jump boost. Wow, look at that. Cool. The yellow one will give you haste. Yep, there we go. Nice. The purple one will give you regeneration and absorption right there. The blue one will give you resistance, night vision, and water breathing. Cool. And then the red one, I believe, is strength and resistance. Yeah, that's it. I was just testing this, so I just know about that. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's the pumpkin bomb, and that's all the candy. So that's a good Halloween-y one, like I said. Now we have the smoke TNT right here, which apparently, if you take a certain color of wool and right-click it, it can actually change the smoke color. I want to say it maybe it works in survival. I'm not really sure, but it basically just makes a smoke bomb all around you. Again, I heard that it can be a different color, but yeah, that's the smoke bomb. Maybe it's more like a ninja thing, like, you know, you place it down, let it go off, and then you just disappear from everything like a ninja or a magician. It doesn't even do damage either. That one's lame. Next up, we have the cluster bomb right here, and I'm going to turn off the weather to show this, and also set the time to day, because this is another thing that falls from the sky once you activate it. There we go. So I'll back up. As you can see, dropping an atomic bomb. A scatter bomb, more like. That one's cool. I like that one a lot. But yeah, cluster bomb. It's a really cool looking one too. Next up, we have the troll TNT right here. And yeah, the name is self-explanatory, but what it does is, look at that. As soon as you lay down an activation source for it, whether it be lighting a flint and steel or a redstone signal, whichever one it is, it immediately blows up. So yeah, that's the troll TNT. You jerk. All right, next up we have the annoying TNT, which is this one will spawn, I don't honestly remember the name of what it is. See, it spawned this guy. I don't recall who this guy is. I guess I can check the guide for it. Spawns Likupas. I have no idea who that is. Maybe I'll find out at once in this donuts mod, put a note on screen about it. But it spawns 3 of them, and they'll pretty much follow you around and annoy you. So in order to be able to do that, I'm actually going to spawn a lava ocean on them. Is he supposed to be speaking German? Because that's what it sounds like. Or something like that, at least. I'm going to spawn a lava ocean so that I can get rid of them. I know, I'm a horrible person. There it goes. Okay, they're all gone. It's interesting that it does give you the death message on your text, but yeah, that's the annoying TNT. Next up, we have, I'd like to give it this name. We have the Lech firework right here, which which spawns these blocks. Are these, I don't know if these are also supposed to be Lech blocks as well. Okay, it doesn't look like they are. What are these things? Okay, they apparently have nothing, but I guess it's another troll move that they spawn all these blocks and you can't really do anything about them. But yeah, that's the Lech firework. Next up, we have the airstrike right here, which is kind of I think it's similar to the cluster TNT, but it's more focused on one rather than splitting apart. Okay, no, I was dead wrong. It summons all these nuclear bombs, but doesn't spread out, as you can see. This one, like the meteor shower, goes on for quite a while. As you can see, they're still coming down. So it's a pretty hefty airstrike right there. But yeah, that's the airstrike. Again, an interesting one. Okay, it's not as long as the meteor shower. I lied. Now we have the spamming TNT, which okay, this one just flings dirt everywhere. So more or less, it can probably cause a bunch of lag with all the particles, all the items around not picked up and everything. It's not really causing it for me because I have a pretty beefy computer as it is. But yeah, that's the spamming TNT. Okay, maybe it is causing a little bit of lag. Next up, we have the bouncing TNT right here, which this one will just continue. Yeah, as you can see, it bounces around like a slime block, and at some point it will blow up. I guess it can become maybe like a little bit of a mini game, like don't be like, it bounces around and you never know when it's gonna blow up. Really? Oh, it landed in the cave? Ha! I didn't expect that, but it bounces around and then eventually blows up. So yeah, that's the bouncing TNT. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Whee! Now this one right here is the roulette TNT. This one's also pretty interesting because it actually, according to the guide, it has a 20% chance of actually exploding. Okay, so I got lucky right there and was in that 20% chance. But I mean, if you have multiples of them and set them all off, you never know which one is actually going to explode. Because if they don't, obviously they do 0 damage. But yeah, that's the roulette TNT. Okay, this one is called the sensor TNT. Now I can't utilize this one because, okay, never mind. Apparently what it does is that if you're the one to place it and another player on the server comes near it, apparently it'll straight up just explode if someone does get near it. But I guess since it does still work regardless, it's kind of like the troll TNT, but a little bit bigger. So yeah, that's the sensor TNT. All right, now we have the rainbow firework, which is another really cool looking one right here. It goes up in the air and it'll actually explode a firework of all these colors, which I believe are just terracotta. Okay, just concrete. That's what it is. But yeah, a really, really nice looking one. And actually makes up for the crafting recipe. But yeah, that's the firework. of rainbows. Nice. Next up, we have the X-ray TnT. So if you imagine, like, if you're mining and you want to see, you know, if there's any diamonds or sorry, teardrops near you or anything like that, you can use this one. This one is pretty cool because it actually has an X-ray. It turns a whole ground into glass. And wow, I actually found a buried treasure. Go me, I suppose, with a name tag and everything. Interesting. And a golden apple too. Cool. Okay, but yeah, that's the X-ray TnT. As you can see, we also found a mine shaft, a bunch of iron. Yeah, cool. Next up, we have the farming TnT right here, which I think this one can actually plant crops for you, or just gives you a bunch of crops. Yeah, it just plants a bunch of crops for you. So if you don't want to go through the hassle of farming, this is your ticket for that. But it does scatter them a little, so it's kind of hard to keep things up and planted. But yeah, that's the farming TnT. Next up, we have the phantom TnT, which will teleport in a random place and then blow up. I thought that it would teleport the player. I don't know where that explosion took place at, but yeah, I guess that's what that does. So so many of these, you can like troll your friends, you can really mess up your world. You can do a lot of things with a lot of these, but yeah, that was the phantom TnT. Next, we have a swap TnT, and I guess me and this creeper are going to be a test subject for it. This one will basically switch you with any other entities around you, I believe, once it blows up. Yeah, as you see, it basically teleports you and any other entities around you. Even this angry miner did, so it must do it in a massive radius then. But yeah, that's the swap TnT. Next up here is the ore TnT, which this one either mines ores automatically for you or drops a bunch of ores. I honestly don't remember. Oh, I was dead wrong. Okay, so it'll start placing random ores, like replacing the ground with them. Very useful. So you could get lucky and maybe you could get some teardrop ores out of this. And also you can get some ancient debris out of this too, considering that it takes it in the crafting recipe. But yeah, ore TnT. Next up, we have the redstone TnT, which I think this one can either activate redstone signals or it will, shoot, what does this one do? I guess I'll have to just use the basic flint and steel then. So this one just places a bunch of redstone stuff around you. Yeah. And for the cost of just one for 8 redstone blocks, I say that's definitely worth it. But yeah, that's the redstone TnT right there. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to utilize the redstone TnT and make myself a daylight sensor so I don't have to keep typing in time set day. Anyway, moving on. All right, now this one is the random TnT, which apparently this one will just have a random strength every time it's activated. So let's see about this one right here. Okay, so that's a fairly decent size, taking out that mountain right there. But let's go over like near those flowers and try this again. So let's see how strong this other one is. Will it be weaker? Will it be stronger? Let's see. Okay, so that one was a fairly decent size. I think roughly the same. So maybe you can get as strong as 500 or stronger than that, or as weaker as 1 block gone or something. I don't know. What is going on with that squid over there? I don't get it. Okay, but yeah, that's the random TnT. I don't know how I missed these 5 right here, but we're gonna go over these 5 first. Okay, so right here we have the multiplying TnT right here. Now I skipped this one because this is the igniter. This one will pretty much ignite any blocks of TnT around it. So I could have set them all up and have them ignite up at this one, but nah, I didn't feel like it. Okay, so this one, as you can expect, this one will multiply and just continue to do it. It kind of reminds me of the of Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2, where they're in that vault and the objects just keep multiplying. It's like a curse put on all of them. That's kind of what this does. It just multiplies and explodes. So that's the multiplying one. Next up, we have what I consider a tribute to my biggest inspiration for making mod showcases right here. Give me that back. The butter TnT right here, as you can see. So I'm not going to set a redstone torch off. I'm actually going to put an ignited TnT down and activate it there. So the butter TnT, as you can probably guess by some of the others that we've had, this one will turn the blocks into butter, as you can see right here. And it looks so shiny and just, yeah. Ah, so delicious. Okay. Next up, we have the tunneling TnT right here. And a good thing there's a cave down here so I can try this out. So we set this down. I'm just going to go and use a regular redstone torch for this. This one is pretty cool. whichever direction it's facing will create a tunnel in that direction. It doesn't lay down torches, but it creates a pretty far tunnel. So as you can see, I had the block facing, which way is this? I had it facing north, but if I were to place it this way, as you can see, the tunnel will be facing east. I'll go and test this right here. Boom! So as you can see, whichever direction that the face of it, as you can see right there, is where the tunnel will go. But yeah, that's the tunneling one. Tunnel TNT, excuse me. I need to use the proper names. Now we have the physics TNT, which I completely forget what this one does. I don't know. Does it mess with mobs? Does it mess with blocks? Messes with the blocks. Okay. Well, that's still a pretty cool looking one, as you can see. But yeah, that's the physics one. Physics TNT. I need to stop calling them one. All right, the next one we have right here is the turret TNT right here. There's no mobs around. I could spawn with the animal TNT, but I don't feel like it. I'm lazy. So the turret TNT will pretty much shoot like an actual turret at anything around it, including the player. So I'm just going to go around it in circles right here. Wait for it to go off. So as you can see, it's just throwing an endless amount of dynamite at me, trying to kill me. As you see, it will do damage, and it will, I guess it just follows the player themselves. So another troll TNT right there, as you can see. But yeah, that's the turret one. Next up, we have the pulse TNT right here, which is another one that I can't remember what it does. I don't remember if it does anything to mobs or the blocks or... Oh, it slowly blows up in a circle. That's what it does. It's still pretty cool, especially that little aura around it. That's freaking awesome right there. That's cool right there. But yeah, that's the pulse TNT. Now we have the dividing TNT right here, which is another one that I can't remember what it does. Again, I tested these all out, but there's... Oh. Okay. So it spawns way more TNT around and also drops more of it as it bounces. Okay. I tested all these TNTs out to know like which one would be my favorite, which ones would be kind of lame. But there's so many that I honestly don't remember what every single one of them does. But that was the dividing TNT. That one was kind of cool. Next up, we have the picky TNT, which I think this is another mining-based one that might pick out only the ores around it. Okay, no, it just does a big sphere and drops the blocks. Interesting. I'm surprised it doesn't go through stone, just the dirt. But oh wait, I think I understand it. Let me try it again. Let me try it again on the actual stone. Yeah, let me try this. I think I understand. It only breaks the certain blocks around it. Sure enough, it does in a pretty big explosion right there. So it left all the coal behind. So that's what picky TNT does. Interesting. Unfortunately, I had to ruin the nice Minecraft music with the big TNT, which is next right here. This will basically create a big block of TNT, which kind of equates it to the TNT times 5. Kind of more like a TNT times 10, actually. But that's what that does. Next up, we have the icy meteor right here, which is like the meteor TNT from before, except it's a giant ice block this time. And I believe it just blows up everything in ice rather than, you know, fire and destruction. Whoa, that's bigger than I thought it would be. Holy crap. But yeah, that's the ice meteor right there. Holy crap. Next up, we have the honey TNT right here, which is probably the bees' favorite one to use right here, as it'll basically just blow up in honey, I think. I mean, imagine the name makes it seem like it would. Whoa. Okay, so it summons a giant honey ball. That's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, but yeah, that's the honey one right there. Spawns bees and honey blocks. Well, since we summoned this honey ball right here, there's a good chance to try out the eating TNT right here, which will pull any and all mobs inside and then eventually blow up, including the player itself. At least I think that's what I remember. Maybe I'm thinking of another one that's like a stronger version. I recall this thing just pulled me in, and I just could not escape it no matter what I did. Oh, so it does a small explosion and does damage all around it. That's kind of lame right there, but that's the eating TNT. That one doesn't have a description on the TNT instruction manual, so that's why I kind of had to wing it right there and try and figure out what it does for myself. And finally, we have the last of the normal TNTs right here. This is the LuckyTnT right here, which will spawn a random TNT to blow up. So I got the nuke one, but you could maybe have gotten like the ocean one or the snow one or the hellfire, or, you know, pretty much any of the normal TNTs will come out of this one block right here. And the thing is that you get 4 of these upon one crafting recipe, so you can easily try them out to see how lucky you are. So there's the nuke one that I got. But yeah, that was the lucky one. Now we move on to the God TNTs, which starting off right here is the global disaster. If you have this mod and you're in like a survival world, be careful with these, because these ones are massive and deadly. Medley. Yeah, these ones are dangerous, so be careful with them, and they take a while, as you'd expect. See, look how big that explosion is. That is freaking nuts right there, and the animals are lagging, I guess. Yep, there go all the animals. So that was global destruction. Next up, we have the Heaven's Gate right here, which is similar to the floating island TNT, but this one I think will actually summon a pre-built island, not take the blocks and copy them in the sky. I think is how it works, at least. Oh, I should not have been this close to it. Oh, and my game is freezing. Okay, I stand corrected. It will take the blocks and copy them up into the sky. Just the fact that the block itself looks like it has the waterfalls and such made me think that this is already a pre-made island, but I suppose not. So again, if you make it next to a water source, you'll have an easy base to climb up to for yourself right there. But yeah, that was the Heaven's Gate. Should not be so close to them next time. And as you expect, we have the exact opposite of Heaven's Gate right here. We have the Hell's Gate block. This one is like that one, but I don't believe it'll copy them. It'll instead just make a floating island with lava and I was too close again. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected again. It'll make another floating island, but this time it'll be out of netherrack and fire and lava and spawn more gas, as you can see. So that's the Hell's Gate one right there. Not the ideal one to live on. I guess it also makes it nighttime. Interesting. Now, I suppose if you're looking to host a show like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and you want your own neighborhood, this is the kind for you. This is mankind's mark right here. Why is it not? There it goes. Okay, existing resin torches don't count. But this one will basically spawn a bunch of houses for... Okay, no, it'll just spawn one kind of house for you. One made out of black... or what is this called? Blackstone. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. As you can see, it spawns a bunch of tools for you. It's a really nice looking house, especially with... like, so it got beds, got chests, it's got all sorts of stuff. And I believe... Okay, maybe not this house, but some of the... ones that are houses will actually have some stuff for you in the inside of the chest when you go look into them. So very nice of them to do that. But yeah, that's mankind's mark. I thought it would do something completely different. I think we need to cool off the Hell's Gate right here, because so we have right here Poseidon's Wave. This is like Ocean TNT, but way bigger, since, you know, it was in it's in godly TNT category and not the regular one. Oh, there it goes. It's going off and I'm crashing and I'm lagging again. Come on, you can do this. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, it's gonna take a while. So oh, there it goes. There it goes. Look at that. Spawned a much bigger ocean and didn't really cool off much of the Hell's Gate that I thought it would. So I guess I maybe should have done it on the highest block, but spawns a bigger series of waves and more squids. So yeah, that's the Poseidon's Wave. Next up, we have Hexahedron, which I can't, again, is another one that I can't remember what exactly it does. I'm guessing it's a bigger block, a bigger square explosion, but maybe it's not. Okay, yes, it is. So it's a much bigger explosion, I guess. Let's see. Now I need to see how big this one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's a 25 by 25 block hole this time instead of just a regular 5 by 5. Good to know. Next up right here is the mountaintop removal. I'm sure you can guess what this one does. Let's get inside the cave right here. Stick it right in there, inside there, and let's activate it. So once again, you flat earthers, you can prove that it's actually flat by removing an entire mountain here. Once we load. See what I mean? Took out that whole, okay, maybe not the whole mountain, but a huge majority of it. Okay, that's kind of cool looking with the snow falling. Nice. But yeah, that's what that does. It's like this mining flat TNT, but doesn't lay down torches. Next up, we have the Dust Bowl right here, which I think is like a stronger version of the vaporizing TNT. It'll get rid of water, and I think it also gets rid of leaves on trees as well, but I could be wrong about that. Okay, it also deadens the grass around it. Interesting. So that's what that Dust Bowl does. I mean, I would expect it to just spawn like a cloud of sand in the air or something, then you like get slowly suffocated when you're in it, but I guess not. But yeah, Dust Bowl. Next up, we have the Revolution, which is pretty much a conglomerate of spiral TNT. So as it floats up, as you can see, it's spawning spiral TNT, and then those spiral TNTs will proceed to do their spiral TNT and pretty much just blow up everything in a spiral formation like that, as you can see. So that's what that one does. A lot of the stronger TNTs are just amalgamations of other TNTs we've already covered so far. Next up is Pompeii right here, which is a lot stronger of a version of the erupting TNT. This one I think will actually spawn lava. Okay, no. Oh yes, it did actually. Okay, but it's a lot more of the meteors from the erupting TNT just going everywhere. It really is like an actual real life volcano. But yeah, that's Pompeii right there. Hope it never erupts ever again. You know, in real life, not Minecraft. Next up, we have the Chicxulub. I have no idea where that name came from, but it's like the Meteor TNT as well, just a lot stronger. Kaboom! Ah, it was too early for that. Or my computer wasn't fast enough for that. Oh, it's leveling all the grass so that it can eventually go boom. I can't time these properly. Whoa! Holy crap. So it's a combination of the Meteor TNT and Pompeii. That's pretty cool. Okay, but yeah, that was Chicxulub. I have no idea where that name comes from. If one of y'all in the comments knows where it comes from, please let me know. I will always, I'm happy to read you guys' comments and feedback and all that and yada. Alrighty. Next up we have right here is the village defense right here. So I found a village and I set it tonight. There's a perfect place to show this off right here. This one will basically spawn a bunch of iron golems for you and also turn it daytime. Hence why I set it to night immediately. So if you want to protect your village for some reason, I guess, that's your method, is a bunch of iron golems. But you can also keep it for yourself and just defend your own home. So yeah, that is village defense. Here you go, villagers. You're probably going to need that. Next up, we have the Unbreakable TNT right here, which brings me to something I never knew about this mod. It allows you to craft bedrock. And as you'd expect, when it goes off, it turns anything around it into bedrock. So yeah, this is the one and only mod that I've seen that you can actually have craftable bedrock, which is interesting. But yeah, that's the Unbreakable TNT. Next up, we have the End Gate right here. This is what I thought the Ender TNT would do, but it doesn't. But so yeah, this one is like the Island TNTs, where it'll copy the ground and bring it up into the air and make it all enderfied. And also nighttime, apparently. I forgot about that. So as you can see, it's just a big ball of endstone right here. And all the trees are obsidian. And there's a bunch of endermen up here as well. So yeah, there's the end gate. I guess it can make a good enderman farm. Next up, we have the Dense TNT, which I want to say is like the compact TNT and things like that. Just all contained into one block right there. So yeah, it's like the compact TNT where it'll spawn fire and more compact TNT. That's the word I'm looking for. I like how they get spawned in water, so they're not actually doing damage. But yeah, that's the Dense TNT. Next up is the Hyperion here, which is like the Grove TNT, but a lot bigger. I also like how the smoke cloud is in the shape of a tree. That's a really, really cool detail. It'll spawn a massive forest of a bunch of trees. So yeah, there's your other option for a big old forest in this game if you can't find one, or you don't want to make one really. Oh boy, here comes a real big one right here. This is the TNT 2000 right here. Yeah, there's more than just 500, and there's actually one more after this that's just as huge. But yeah, this one is massive. It pretty much speaks for itself as to what this TNT does, but it also takes a while to blow up. So I'm gonna set the weather to clear again. So what are you guys up to? Hope you're enjoying things so far. Hope you're enjoying all this boomage going off. I think I just made up a new word, boomage. And let me know what your favorite TNT is in the description below. I mean, there's a lot of them that are my favorite, but the stronger ones are probably more so my favorite rather than just the normal TNTs that we've already gone over so far. Okay, so it was taking forever. So I ended up just quitting out and coming back in. And as you can see, this is the chasm caused by the TNT times 2000. This thing is freaking massive, as you can see. Now, unfortunately, I wish that I probably could have built it up to this block limit to truly see how far down it goes, but I'm not doing that again because I don't want to quit out and then log back in again. But yeah, that is the effect of the TNT times 2000. That one is nuts. All right, next up we have the SAR Bomba right here. I'm gonna go and stick this on top of this mushroom right here, which is like the nuclear bomb and kind of like the cluster bomb with the same design and everything, just way bigger and actually has a mushroom cloud. So it's way more like an atomic nuke rather than just a block of an explosives. I guess if we compare things to the real world right here. Does this one just... Okay, so I guess it just does a fiery explosion instead of just breaking all the blocks around it, I guess. Maybe my game's lagging. I'm actually gonna create a new world real quick. Okay, sure enough, the SAR Bomba just does a fiery explosion of a mushroom cloud. That's about it. Sorry, there's a lot going on. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I guess I lied. All this started happening while I started to pull up the next one. I guess it does do an explosion. So it's like a bigger nuclear bomb TNT, kind of. Wow. My game lagged so much that I didn't know that was going to happen. It's like, whoa, all the trees. Holy crap. Next up, we have the Toxic Clouds TNT. I think this one is just another like AoE one, doesn't exactly do a lot of damage. When it does, we'll just create like a big poison cloud around like any mobs or players or anything, basically killing them. Oh, why is it over here? Guess if we walk through it, we get nausea, slowness, and poison, as you can see. I don't get why it's over there. Okay, it's almost over. It's fine. But yeah, that was the Toxic Clouds. Next up, we have the disaster clearers right here, which I think I'm going to try this over here on this right here to see what happens when this poison cloud goes away. Because what I thought it would do was basically undo any damage caused by the TNT blocks, but it seems like it doesn't. And it looks like it doesn't do anything for the Toxic Cloud right there. So there's other TNTs where there's actual like disaster that I'll show off what that does later. What this one does later. What was that? Oh, was that the Toxic Cloud? Or did that just clear that? I have no idea what's going on because I'm lagging a lot. But yeah, I guess that was that. I don't remember. Next up, we have the evil Le Koopa TNT right here, which if you recall the Le Koopa TNT, which will spawn these mobs, these are basically the evil ones that are incredibly powerful. They will like throw a bunch of TNT at you of any block, really. So I had one where it was like the Apocalypse TNT. I think that's actually what he's spawning right there. He has the villagers that he can spawn at you. And yeah, so these guys will throw a ton of TNT at you. And I think, see right there, Zombie Apocalypse. I want to say that they teleport to you, but I don't know for sure. I guess I'll just start flying and see if they do or not. If they do, I can always just set to peaceful because they are hostile mobs after all, so they'll just disappear. But yeah, that's the evil Le Koopas. Next up is the Wither Storm TNT right here, which this one, as you can expect, will summon the Wither and a bunch of soul sand and all that around it. So again, another way that you can like troll yourselves or your friends or and all of them. So as you can see, it's changing the terrain around. Make a dramatic Hans Zimmer boom sound. And eventually the Wither will summon. It's just taking a while for me because I'm lagging. There it is. Okay, I was completely wrong. Oh no, it does convert it. So it has an explosion that converts it to soul sand and turns other blocks around it. Interesting. Wow, this thing stretches for a while. But yeah, there's the Wither Storm. I'm not going to fight the Wither. It just takes too much time. I don't have a lot of that. Next up, we have the Leaping TnT, which is similar to the Jumping TnT. Yeah, it jumps around, and I believe it does. Oh, so it blows up anytime it touches the ground. Interesting. Okay. I figured it would just be like it, where it would just jump around and then eventually have a massive explosion at the end, but I guess not. Okay, that's good to know. So that's the Leaping TnT right there. I don't know if it honestly has a big explosion at the end. I guess I can wait around and find out. Next up, we have the Russian Roulette right here, which is like the Roulette TnT, but it's a much bigger explosion, only 20% of the time. So we'll set it off, and will I get lucky or will I not get lucky? Okay, so I'm not lucky, which is actually safer. But as you expect, it's much bigger, kind of like a TnT times 20 or 100. Next up, we have the Knockback TnT right here, which, as you can see, I used another animal TnT for test subjects. This will basically knock everything back. Pulls it in, knocks itself back. Even the player. I believe once it just goes off, it'll just send everyone flying. Whee! Whoa! Almost 1,000, like 800 blocks into the air. Holy crap, that was more powerful than I expected. Ouch. Good thing I'm in creative mode. Next up, we have the Midas TnT, which is kind of like the legend of King Midas, the guy who could touch anything and turn it to gold. This is like that and the Butter TnT, just a much more bigger explosion. Never mind, it slowly turns things into butter. And you have the Midas. Okay, what is the Midas touch? Does it turn these blocks into it? Oh, so it turns you into Midas. And anything you walk on will cause it to be butter. Okay, I never knew about that effect. But yeah, that's the Midas TnT. Next we have the New Year's crap. Look, Midas touch is cool, but I can't have it affecting my TnT. Okay, the New Year's Eve firework right here. This one is like the firework TnT, but as you can see, Happy New Year! Sends a lot more colored colored concrete out. Cool. So that's the New Year's firework one. Pretty cool looking. Next up, we have the Pulsar TnT right here, which is kind of, I think it's similar to the Pulse TnT, just a lot bigger. Or maybe it just does a cone explosion down into the ground. It's kind of in a crater right now, so it's probably not a good place to test this. Okay, so I was right. It is a bigger explosion many times, like the Pulse TnT. Okay, so that's what it is. That's good to know. But yeah, that was the Pulsar. Next, we have the Lightning Storm, which I'm sure you can guess what this one does. Oh wait, right, leaves. It doesn't want to work on leaves. I forgot about that. Okay. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can just do that, and then boom. This one will summon a much more powerful Lightning Storm, as you can see. I guess Zeus and Thor both wanted revenge on me, since I said that they don't have the balls to strike me down. But yeah, that's the Lightning Storm. It still is incredible to see. Next up, we have the Silk Touch TnT, which is another one I can't remember what it does. I want to say it's like Picky TnT, since you needed to craft it, but I don't know. What does this one do? Oh, it's literally like Silk Touch. Holy crap. God. So it's literally like a giant Silk Touch pickaxe. Holy crap, that's... Okay then. That was the Silk Touch TnT. Alright, this next one is called the Item Firework. This has to be good if it takes teardrops in order to be able to craft, you know? I forget what this one does again. What? Was this... maybe I could try it in here. Okay, as I say, let's drop something. Okay, let me try it in here, see what it does. No? Okay, well, there's no description on the item firework, so if you guys know what it does, please let me know in the comments, because I'm not sure what it does. I thought it would just be a massive explosion of a bunch of items, but I guess not. Next up, we have the Animal Kingdom, which is like the Animal TnT, but way bigger. I thought that wolves had spawned from it, but I think it's just from doing. But again, I think once it blows up, it spawns. But yeah, there it goes. A huge spawn of a bunch of mobs right there. I want to say it's all the mobs, but I don't think so. I don't see Enderman in there. I don't know. But yeah, that's the Animal Kingdom right there. So maybe now it's a better block for test subjects if I need them. Well, it's a good thing I spawned all them because I can test out this next one. This is the Ice Age right here, which will cause an ice age. As you can see, it turns all the grass dead basically, or like if it's in a taiga biome. As you can see, the further I walk, the more it turns dead. I want to say this is kind of more of like an aura TnT, considering that it just does it around your player character and not just in one spot really. But that's the Ice Age. I think it can also freeze enemies and like slow them down. Yeah, that's that one. A thing to note about the Ice Age TnT is that it kind of lasts indefinitely in your player character once you activate it. So I created yet another new world just so that I wouldn't have the effects of it. Next, we have the Giant TnT, which is like the big TnT, but even bigger, as you can see. So it's more like a TnT times 100 blast rather than, you know, just a big TnT explosion. Yep. It'll go off at some point. I just know it will. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There it goes. Okay, that's more like a TnT times 500 actually, even though it used 100s. Oh, it used 100s to craft plus a big TnT, which is like another 100. Okay, that makes more sense, but that's the Giant TnT block. All right, this right here is the Mimic TnT, which, okay, it's kind of like the Troll TnT, but way bigger. I guess you'd think that it would be another amalgamation of the Eating TnT, but I guess not. Okay, so that's the Mimic TnT, just like Troll TnT, but bigger. Next up, we have the Reverse TnT right here, which this one I think is a meant to be bigger version of Inverted TnT, since it takes it in the crafting recipe. So I think it's what it's supposed to be. Oh, more floating islands? Am I gonna get stuck in blocks? So it's a reverse floating island is what it is. Okay, interesting. The torch is floating and all the grass is. That's kind of funny actually. But yeah, I guess that says what that's the reverse TnT. The next one we have right here is the Entity TnT, which is a creative only item right here. I guess, I don't know why I decided to go into a cave, but I guess I will, which will just spawn a bunch of one mob, I suppose. Well, I guess it's whether, so I got pigs in that time. Let me try, right, no leaves. No leaves, no capes. All right, what do I get this time? More pigs. Okay, well, third time's a charm, and then I'll move on. See if I can get something other than pigs. Okay, it just wants to give me pigs for some reason. Okay, but I guess that's the Entity firework. Next up right here we have is the Custom TnT right here. This one's interesting because this mod also has a configuration one that you can utilize on this TnT right here. I think you can use it on others, but I'm bringing it up here since this basically works on this one right here. How do I use this? Right click with this one, a specific TnT to change the configuration. Okay, so this is how we do this. Okay, so we left click this with the wand. We can choose what mode we want to change with it. So we have size, strength, fiery. Let's see, size, strength, type, radius, fiery, right there. So we can set it to a bunch of various things right here. We're gonna go a spheric size 20, no fire. Up to 10,000 in size, set to 100, sure. And we'll do it a strength 10. Okay, let's light it up, baby. Let's light up our own custom boom block. Well, I should not have gotten that close. So the one that I said gave us that big of a crater right there. And you obviously can go way stronger than I did. So yeah, that's the custom TnT. Now, this is the reset TNT, which I don't, it's again, it's another one that doesn't have a description. So I'm not sure what it does. I want to say is it correcting my mistakes and filling in this hole again? Oh God, no, please don't crash. Oh God. This isn't good. Okay, sorry. I took a break and I came back a couple days later actually to finish up this mod. I don't know what happens with the reset TNT. If you guys know, post in the comments. But we're moving on to the vicious TNT right here. And I believe this one is similar to the attacking TNT, where I believe it just it walks towards pretty much anything and tries to attack them. Excuse me. Although you're doing a really poor job right now, you vicious TNT. Not being very vicious right now. Okay, so that's more like a TNT times 5 plus walking TNT. Sure, that's the vicious TNT. Now we have the hungry TNT. This is one that I got wrong about another TNT before. This one will suck things in and proceed to do damage to them. And anything it does suck in, as you can see, it keeps getting bigger to eventually set off a crazy explosion. As you can see, I can't even back away from it. Like it's just pulling me in and it just won't stop. Ah, come on. No, I don't want to be food. I don't want to be your food for you. I don't want to get in your belly. No, no, no. I can't get away from it. Well, it's a good thing that I'm in creative mode. Okay, okay, you've had your fair share long enough. Just go boom already. What? Well, I stand corrected then. Okay, go boom. Whoa! Holy crap. Okay, I'm not sure at that point if the strength of the explosion is also dependent on the how much stuff that the hungry TNT eats. Look at that. Oh, it made it down to teardrop. Awesome. But yeah, that was the hungry TNT. Next up, we have the Lucky God, which there's no crafting recipe for this. I think this might be similar to the, yeah, this is like the random TNT where it'll just summon a random TNT at once. That loud lightning kind of scared me there. Okay, so I got that. I'm not gonna try again because of how disastrous the other TNTs are. I don't want to crash again. So that was the Lucky God. Now we move on to the Doomsday TNTs right here. This is the Supernova. What a start, really. So I love that fiery aura around it. I think this might be just another fiery TNT times 2000 or something. I think, at least. I can't remember. But as you'd imagine, Doomsday TNTs are going to be very destructive. Oh, it's going boom. What just happened? Wow. Okay. Huh, a minecart chest. Lucky me, I found one. Oh, I gotta wait for everything to drop. Come on, hurry up and load. Load. So, as you can see, Supernova is definitely nothing to sneeze at. Wow. Okay, well, there goes all the drops from the minecart chest. Wow. So yeah, that was the Supernova TNT. You know what? Let's go ahead and populate this big chasm in the ground with the city firework right here. This one I know for a fact is an amalgamation of all the house TNTs, basically. The brick, the wood, and the cobblestone houses. Now you can truly make your own neighborhood. Oh, it's even got the Mankind's Mark, I think it was called. Yeah, I think it's called that. Wow. Cool. Well, this chasm at the bottom is now populated. It's like, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, that's the city firework. You know what? These houses have been here long enough. Let's destroy them all. This right here is the meteor shower, which I'm sure you can guess what this one does. It's like the Chicxulub and any other meteor TNTs we see, just a lot more powerful, and I think it goes for a lot longer. So yeah, at least I think it goes. Yeah, it definitely goes longer. Looks like it's slower though. I don't know if that's from my PC or not, but yeah, all those houses I built are now completely gone. Oh well, it was for science purposes. So there we go. That's the meteor shower. Goodbye, houses. Okay, now I'm about to crash a woodland mansion pad right here to show off the next one. This is the chunk TNT right here. And this one does exactly what you think it does. Let's just put it right in the middle right there. And let's get rid of the mansion. As you can see, it's like warning you, like, don't use us. You'll lose an entire land mass. I should not have been that close to that. I did. Okay, but as you can see, it pretty much removes an entire chunk from your world right here. So it looks like it doesn't go all the way to bedrock. So I guess I'm not exactly sure what classifies as a chunk. I thought it was just like a 16 by 16 hole, but I guess not. So it just pretty much destroyed half the mansion. So they only have half a house to live in, which is kind of funny. But yeah, that's the, I'm getting it away from the illagers. I don't want them to use it. That is the chunk TNT. It cannot be used for evil. Good. Next up, we have the compressed TNT, which is like the dense and compact TNT. So it'll basically do what I just said that the other TNTs will do. Blow up, spawn more TNTs with fire, spawn more TNTs, spawn more TNTs, spawn more TNTs. It only spawned one block of dense TNT. Really? That's a little disappointing. Maybe I just got unlucky in that time, but it'll still, you know, give us more TNT to utilize. So yeah, that's the compressed TNT. Not much to say about it. All right, the next one we have right here is the extinction right here. I'm sure you can guess what this one can do. This one is just like say goodbye, but it doesn't rickroll you. How did those magma cubes survive? I don't get it, but yeah, that's the extinction TNT right there. It's a good troll one. All right, now let's say that the houses from the you know, the brick, wood, cobblestone, or mankind's mark isn't your thing. Let's go ahead and build a new one, and he'll have it overlooking this crater right here. This is the mansion right here. That's literally all it's called, just the mansion, which, as you can see, guess what it does? It spawns you a mansion. Maybe more like just a big house, really, instead of a mansion. Like, when I think of mansion, I think of, to be fair, though, a classification of a mansion is 8,000 square feet, and I imagine this is probably it. But I think of like the woodland mansions as a mansion. But as you can see, it's a very nice looking house with an enchantment table area with a lot of books already by default. You have tons of building materials right here, tons of crafting tables, lots of coal. You even have a full set of netherite armor with this block right here. And if we go upstairs, there's more chests. I'm not sure why these are labeled the way they are. Like if there's anything specific inside them or what, really. But yeah, this is the mansion right here. Definitely the best out of the house TNTs. Well, a meteor happened to make a crater right here, so I'm going to put this one down here. This is the helix. I honestly don't remember what this thing does. Oh wait, I think it's more like the spiral TNTs already. Yep, it is. So it's a combination of revolting TNT, whatever it's called, then some spiral TNTs, and then those just shoot out regular TNTs. So when I said that a lot of TNTs are like others, just stronger, I wasn't kidding. So this is pretty much just a stronger spiral TNT. So yeah, praise Helix. Next up, we have the death ray right here, which since this takes a death ray, I'm kind of curious if it'll turn that uranium into antimatter or not, or if it's just the weapon itself. So as you can guess, it's a stronger version of the death ray handheld in the form of a block, and it's very loud. Holy crap, that's... God dang, that's super loud. Okay. Got it. Boom! Wow. Okay, no, I was dead wrong on that. Did you a circular hole? I know my shapes. All the way to bedrock. It just cuts through it all. Wow. Oh my god, even spawns of lava and obsidian? Holy crap! Wow. Okay, well, that was the death ray then. Jeez, that was cool. Really cool. All right, next up we have right here is Doomsday, which this one will cause the Doomsday disaster. Lightning will spawn, it will constantly hail, and meteors will rain from the sky. It also turns the sky, I guess it would technically also be raining in other parts of the other biomes, but yeah, this is what the Doomsday is in this mod, which actually gives me a chance to, let's see, disaster clearer, which gives me a chance to use this disaster clearer to try, whoa, okay, I gotta do this quick, whoa, no. Okay, so it gives me a chance to actually use disaster clearer. So now you know more or less what disaster clearer is. It takes away disasters. Doomsday and toxic clouds is what the so-called disasters are, quote unquote, from the forums. But yeah, that was Doomsday. Next up we have right here is Fiery Hell, which I think is like it's a amalgamation of a bunch of fiery ones like Hellfire and Fire TnT. And so this might be just like another nether based one, I think, at least. Sure enough, someone's gas and a lava pool. That's, oh, and some netherrack too. Okay. So I guess the one key thing about this is that it makes the nether portal sound, but that's really about it. So yeah, that was Fiery Hell. Let's counteract that with something cold. This is stone cold right here. Oh, so as you can see, it's just putting ice everywhere here. I thought it'd be enough to, you know, cool down Fiery Hell, but I guess not. Is that really all it just did? Or am I lagging? Okay, yeah, it definitely looks like I'm lagging. Because that's seriously all it did was just, oh. Wow. So yeah, pretty much the opposite of Fiery Hell. And it looks like it has a much bigger blast radius than Fiery Hell does, considering the snow is all over here and the ice is packed over there. So yeah, that was stone cold. Now this TNT makes it so that if you hate birch trees even more, you can turn them into something completely different. This is the jungle TNT. For some reason I thought I went over this, even though it's in the Doomsday TnTs. But this one is pretty self-explanatory. It will just create a bunch of jungle biome in, I want to say a big blast radius, but I'm not sure how big it truly is. So we'll wait for it to go off and see what happens. Oh, there it goes. So it looks like it just spawns a bunch of jungle trees. I would love it if it actually changed your biome to a jungle forest, but I guess not. So I guess jungle biomes are kind of hard to come across unless you spawn in one. So this is a very easy way to get jungle wood and cocoa beans and things like that. But yeah, that's the jungle TNT. Next up, we have the jumping TNT, which is like the leaping TNT, but I think it just has bigger blast radius and goes a lot higher, as you can see. Yeah, oh, okay, that's actually a lot deadlier than I thought. It spawns leaping TNTs in its path. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's a dangerous one to look out for. That's the jumping TNT. Yeah, go boom. Next up here, we have the Wasteland TNT, which is, I think is a bigger version of the Dust Bowl, just turning everything dry. So imagine it also sucks up all the water there in that pond. Sure enough, whoa. Whoa. That was a bigger blast radius than I thought. Jeez, yeah, that's the Wasteland TNT. Next, we have the final multiplied TNT right here. This is the TNT times 10,000 right here. Even though this thing is technically made with 4 blocks of TNT times 2,000, so it would technically be TNT times 8,000 realistically. But this one is another powerful one. Easily the most powerful TNT we've seen so far. And this is going to take a while, so again, I will just cut to it.
20 minutes later.
Wow. Just wow. This is the power of the TNT times 10,000. Holy hell. So I'm standing on this block right here while I have this wall visible. And the other one is not even visible from my view unless I change my render distance. Pardon me. I was like a full, what, 8-10 seconds until I reached the next wall of the crater right here. Yeah. TNT times 10,000 is nothing to sneeze at. It is one of the most powerful ones in this mod. Yeah. Holy crap. All right, the next one we have right here is the custom firework right here. Oh. Get off of that. Can I not do anything about that? Okay. Well, I thought I could use the configuration one on it, but I guess not. Whoa. Wait a minute. I think I know what this thing does. Okay. I need to try this on, how about just some dirt? Just some regular old dirt, baby. So it looks like it will create a firework out of any of the, yep. Just creates a firework out of any block that it's touching right there. It doesn't work with liquid. That's one thing I actually tried. So yeah, that's the custom firework. Next one we have right here is Atlantis, which I would use it on the thing that I just evaporated, but it kind of blew up. So I kind of can't do that right there. So we're instead gonna use it on this mountain to turn this mountain range into Atlantis right here. As I'd expect, this will cause a bunch of water to spawn. It also caused me to lag my game out. I'm thinking I need to like clean my PC or something, or this mod is just too powerful for my PC. There it goes. So it's 4 times the power of Poseidon's wave right there, and it pretty much it just covers the land in water. So it's like the whole place you use it at is Atlantis. I think that's kind of cool actually. But yeah, that was the Atlantis TNT. All right, let's see how much Atlantis can hold against this. This is solar eruption here, which I think this one is like Pompeii, where it'll just shoot up a bunch of magma. Yeah, it is. Let's see how well it does against the water. If it's gonna hit the water, that is. I guess not. Wow, I'm lagging like nuts. But as you can see, it's a much powerful, stronger version of Pompeii. You know it's stronger if it's lagging like nuts. But it looks like the Atlantis was not enough for this, as lava is still forming. But yeah, that was the solar eruption. Next up here, we have, I think this is called Vredefort or Vredefort right here, which is another meteor, as you can see. But I believe this one is the single strongest meteor in this mod. It's gonna just evaporate all the water. I just know it. Eventually, at some point. I know it's gonna happen. Come on, you can do it. You can get rid of the water. I know you can. I know you're strong enough for me to do it. Come on! Whoa. So it explodes into a bunch of smaller meteorites, I guess. I thought it was just going to be another giant explosion covered in fire and lava, but guess not. Pardon me. Meteor watching just brings out my allergies. Wow. Can it not do anything to this obsidian either? Huh, I guess not. Wow. So more fiery and lava damage. But yeah, that was Vredefort. Oh, but it did get rid of the water. Next up we have right here is the Colossal TNT, which I'm sure you can guess what this one does. It's a much bigger TNT block, which I think it has the power of a TNT times just 1,000, since it took 500 TNTs to make it. I'm not sure. Let's just wait for it to go boom. I had myself a bowl of pizza rolls for the second half of the mod showcase, just so I could snack on it while I was waiting for the blocks to go boom. And they're cold now, unfortunately. Even though I air fried them, which are easily the best way to make pizza rolls. There it goes. So, yeah, I would classify that like a TNT times 1,000 right there. But yeah, that was the Colossal TNT. Now we move on to the Structure TNT. Let's put something big in here. So with the configuration one, you can configure it to look like any structure, and they actually appear on the thing itself and not text on screen. So let's see. Let's go with, you can do kind of any structure in the mod, basically. Like you can do a woodland mansion, you can do a jungle temple, a desert temple. Let's do let's do an end city. Let's do that. Yeah, have an end city spawn in this crater right here. I bet that'll look good. Come on, you can do it. There it goes. There it is. Look at that. So it's just a floating end city in this structure right here, brought straight from the end. So yeah, that was the structure TNT, right? It was the structure one? Yes, it is. Next up here, we have the flat earth, which I think you can guess what this one can do. Those of you who truly believe the earth is flat, you can truly prove it with this scientific achievement right here by setting off a block of dynamite right here. But as you can see, this is like the mining TNT and the mountaintop removal, where it just levels things to the level that you put the block onto. as you can see. Now, it doesn't quite work for the entire Minecraft globe, as you can see, but a good radius of it, a good circle, I mean, is flattened out by it. But yeah, that's the flat Earth. All right, one last group, one last animal kingdom to show off this one. This is the evil TNT. I can't believe I forgot the name right there. But this one will proceed to go after, you know, go after any mobs and everything. And I think the explosion is bigger. I can't remember because a lot of these like so-called attacking TNTs, they don't really work as much as how I think they would. So I'm guessing it's just a big explosion. It doesn't do much melee damage. It could, but I don't know. Okay, so it's just a big entity explosion with a weak ass block explosion. Okay, so that's the evil TNT. All right, we have one more block TNT to go over, but I want to go over the dynamites really quick. A lot of these are just weaker versions of the blocks. Like you have a regular dynamite times 5 times 20 times 100. A good majority of them can turn into dynamites, as you can see right here. There's one in particular that I want to go over because it actually does have a different crafting recipe, but all the crafting recipes for these is literally just as simple as stick a block in there and then you'll get 4 amounts of that dynamite right there, as you can see. So yeah, a lot of these are, like I said, are just weaker versions. The only one I want to go over though is the homing TNT, which takes an Eye of Ender, a dynamite, and 2 diamond times 20, excuse me, and 2 feathers right here to get 2 sticks of homing dynamite, which I'm sure you can guess what this one does. As you throw it, wait, oh, is it not working for me? Or is it trying to find it? Or is it trying to find its Oh yeah, there it goes. So as you can see, it'll home onto any nearby mob. I think within the throwing radius, it looks like it just goes into the air and then tries to find its target. But yeah, that was the homing TNT, and that's pretty much all the homing dynamites. I can't talk. That's all the dynamites really. And then there's the candies, which I already went over. The configuration one I went over, and then you have the times 5, times 20, times 100, times 500, nuclear, ender, lightning, animal, arrow, and meteor shower. That can all be stuffed into a minecart basically. And now it's time for the grand finale. Can finally end this mod showcase right here. And what a perfect time for this. I think this one is just kind of like a one that the mod developers threw in as thanks for a bunch of downloads. So yeah, but while we're going over this, that pretty much does it for the mod, the LuckyTnT's mod. So while we're watching this grand finale, thank you all so much for watching this. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Let me know what your favorite TNT is down in the description. I am lagging like nuts. And yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure you stab that like button and that subscribe button, and make sure you leave comments down below about what mods you want to see next. And yeah, be sure to check out my social medias in the description below. And yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it. My name is Luke, and say it with me, stay strong and feel the power. See ya. Well, I'm not cleaning this up. No, that.